home third place in a professional pickleball tournament, my first pro medal to date. We're gonna break down that match and go over what my partner and I were thinking, our strategy, and what we were doing to win so you can learn from high-level pickleball. First point of the match, let's go. Here we go. All right, nice, Tanner. Here we go. Here's what happened. The strategy that I preach is 10 dinks minimum. Let your opponents implode. 1, 2, this is the third dink. Fourth dink, bam. My brain just shut off and I completely panicked because I was nervous. I was like, oh, the first dink, let me speed it up. In pressure situations like this, looking back on it and looking forward, when you're nervous, your opponents are probably gonna do what I just did. Say to your partner, hey, this point, let's hit 10 dinks minimum and see if they mentally explode. I was the one who mentally exploded and I preach this, so it does work. Ooh, nice pickup. Nice. The part where they made a mistake is right here. Watch. Okay, right? This reset. So look, Richard hits a reset off of his back foot. We should not be winning this point. The turning point in the point is right here. You can learn from this. Watch this. So Richard hits a reset. Look where it bounces. Right there in the kitchen. I'm far back, okay? Chris right here decides to hit this ball softly. Look, he should crank this ball at me. Soft. Look how soft that is. Now I have a free reset, okay? Now look, reset, easy money. Now the point is back to 50-50. They had a big advantage. Chris needed to tee off on that ball and put pressure on me. But instead, now we're at the net dinking, get into a hands exchange, and we come out on top. Nice. Nice. Our opponents here, Grayson Golden and Chris Hayworth, are two of the best singles players on the planet. They both have wins over Ben Johns. They hit the ball hard. Our strategy going in was if we're ever unstacked, meaning we're on the wrong side and have to switch, we're not gonna switch. We're gonna fake switch because we don't wanna get burned on the drive. We'd rather just play at a disadvantage at the net because we think we're stronger at the net. So watch this, pay attention to me right here. Pay attention. Big serve. Look, I fake it, I leave the open space. Chris decides to drop it, and we're playing on the wrong side. Okay. And we're able to just win by hitting good flicks and applying pressure. We don't want them to score free points off drives. We said we want to limit that to 0. That ball was close. Nice. Great attack through transition from me. I've really been working on that. Look at it come in, bam, pounce on that next ball. Nice. At the net, we felt very confident. We knew that was our game. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. That was a nice speed up from Grayson. I got to be on that. That was a phenomenal speed up. Nice point. Richard controls the kitchen line well, my partner. There we go. Good speed up through the middle there. The key to this shot is the wind down. I want you to pay attention to my paddle. Okay, here we go. Right? Wait a minute. It has to be a dead dink that you do it on. Just look, dead dink. Pay attention to the paddle. Look at my paddle. Right there. My paddle is completely flat. When my paddle is completely flat, I have too many options here. I can dink out wide here, this way. I can dink through the middle. I can even bring it back this way with the dink, and I can speed the ball up in all of those directions. So it's too hard for them to cover. So he thinks I dink out wide, and I'm able to just flip it through the middle. I'm not going for power. I already have them beat with the deception. I got to attack that ball. Wind down. Similar wind down there with the paddle. Ooh, great flick from Chris. Oh, good point. Something really subtle I want you to learn from. Pay attention to my partner here as he's running up. Pay attention to how he hits the ball. Watch. He hits it with a backhand from the middle of the court, leaving all of this space open. As I said, they hit the ball really hard. So instead of my partner having to guess forehand or backhand, he commits fully backhand because he knows from the angle that he returned the ball, if Chris tries to drive this ball out wide on him, it's going out. So instead of him guessing, he commits fully, completely takes away the drive. Wind down. See? It happens a lot throughout the match, so they never really know when it's coming. Nice point here. Ooh, nice flick from Rich. Great point. A good little IQ tip for you is whenever the ball nicks the net, so watch right here, nicks the net, bam. The ball nicks the net, that should tell you take a step back because the lob is a very high percentage shot. So the ball's so close to the net here, Richard doesn't really have an angle to go deep, so he's probably going to hit the ball close to the net back. Let's see, look. Look where it lands. Look how shallow. It lands right there, so shallow. I know, look at my feet. I'm already starting to step back. I know, oh, I might get lobbed. I jump back, look, completely neutralized it. Same thing with Richard covering the middle of that backhand. Same exact thing. Whenever somebody hits the ball hard, play the angles. Nice flick. Great guess. Here's something that I've personally been working on to be able to compete in the pro level, so take this as you will. Watch how I handle this drive. Watch right here, okay? Watch how I handle it. Bam, one hand. So I'm running in from right here, coming out of the stack, and I'm taking this ball over here. This has to be two hands on the paddle. And the reason is, if he decides to drive it a little bit more down the line, if I have to extend outside of my body, and if I'm a tad bit late, that ball, I lose all control. It pops up, it goes out. If I can get two hands on the paddle and really bring that other hand around, that is an absolute weapon that all high-level guys do. Look, we don't switch again. They drive too hard, we fake switch, and now look, we're on offense. Where otherwise it may be a free point. Perfect. I use the two-hander there. I do the wind down. Good. Nice, Richard. That's the end of game one. When you get late in a match, the longer the point, the better. Make your opponent overthink themselves when they're at the net. Long points. Game two, baby. Let's go. One more to take it home. That's nasty from Grayson there. The change to that is, If my partner Richard leaves up a ball like that, he needs to fully just commit to the line and trust that I'm going to come over. In that instance, it looks like he forgot that I was lefty and was trying to cover everything. Great shot from Grayson. Pause. If this isn't a drive from Richard, I am never playing with him again. We got a short return. They're late running up to the net. This has to get driven every single time. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Exactly it. Take advantage of the opponents when they're unstacking like that. Nice point. Oh! Ah. Great point. This right here was a game changer. Learning this completely elevated my game. Okay, watch right here. Watch. Bam. The ball bounces in the kitchen. They're both like 3 steps in from the baseline, okay? The old me would have just dinked this ball over the net and let them come into the kitchen. But the new me, I'm living with Will Howells here, an elite player. He won the whole tournament. He has told me this is my biggest weakness. It might be yours too. In this exact situation, I have to speed this ball up and initiate a firefight because I'm at the line with my partner. They're back. If we're in a hands battle, we should win it. Let's see what happens. Speed it up. What happened? I'm able to hit the ball down. Normally, I give him a free ride to the kitchen, lose my advantage. Great point there. Great reset from my partner there. Great point. Nice. Wow, great point. I want to point out something super subtle that goes such a long way. Here it is. Wait a minute, I'll tell you when. Okay. Watch this dink from me. Okay. Watch this dink. Look, where do I put this dink? I put this dink to Grayson's inside foot. All game, we were targeting this. When there's a new partnership team or a team that doesn't have a ton of chemistry, the inside foot of the right side player is a huge weak spot. This player shouldn't hit a backhand from the middle, so it's their left side guy's job to come in and take that, but we noticed they didn't have that dialed in, so it was a weak spot. Look where I put it. You'll see a little bit of hesitation from Grayson when he hits it. Look. Look right here. He thinks he's going to get it. And then he's like, oh, shoot, I got to hit that. But that is a weak spot. We're targeting there all game. Something really subtle. Target that spot if you're playing against a team that you know doesn't have a ton of chemistry or just lower level in general. Great spot to target. So smart from Richard there. In that scenario there, my partner hits an aggressive roll drop. All Chris can do is hit a dead dink off of that. My partner knows if he hits that drop and gets a dead dink in that scenario, it has to get sped up every time. He has a sitting ball. He takes advantage of it. That is a big time play in a clutch moment. Right now is when things start to go south. We're winning 8-3, and look, stupid decision by me. I see the finish line of about to win the game. I self-sabotage in my brain. I haven't went for a big poach all game, and now I'm going for a gigantic poach out of nowhere. Let's see what happens now. Clean winner. The momentum starts to shift on their side. Another error. Is somebody getting nervous? I think I am. Another error by me trying to be sneaky down the line. The finish line is there. Let me do everything in my power to throw the game. We call a timeout, cool the momentum. The only thing that's holding us back right now, my mind. Cool the mind. The score is 9-5-2 right now. Here we go. I see the finish line. Let's see what I decide to do. Nice patient point. That's a good point. 6-10-1 right now. We are winning. 10-6. Okay, error number 1. He missed the serve at 7-10. All right, now the score is 7-10-2. Their serve. Here we go. Clean winner down the side. 8-10-2. Ten 8-1. I remember that. I'm like, the game is on the tip of my paddle right there. When I missed that, I was like, that was game. 10-8-2. Here we go. Look at me. I didn't do that all game. The crowd's going. I need to stay back. Instead, my head's going, win the game, win. It's on the tip of your paddle. 8-10-1. Here we go. We were both so tight right here. My partner and I, so nervous. We were talking about it after. That was a great flick by me. Let's go. 8-10-2. This is where the nerves set in. 9-10-2. The nerves were high. Most nervous I've ever been, ever. I'm getting nervous watching it. Ten. A 9-3 or 8-4, whatever. The gigantic deficit, and it is 10-10. Thank God, 10-10. We had some confusion on that middle drop. I took it, hit a great drop. Look, confusion on that middle dink, remember? We got an error out of it. Okay. 11-10-1. We're saying to ourselves, just stay calm. Play like we are not so nervous. Go for the drive. Put the pressure on them. Yes! First medal, baby. Let's go. Wow. Woo! That was a great game. We were saying to each other in the middle of the court right here, like, holy cow, we were so nervous. We've never been in a moment like that. It's just such a big moment. Both of our minds went blank. My partner played great, but holy cow, that was the most nerve-wracking game ever. But if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be fun. It makes it more fun, you know, better story. To recap, there were 3 takeaways from that game that undoubtedly made me a stronger player that I'll take with me to future tournaments. Number 1 is when the game gets really tight and the players get nervous, I've noticed, especially with me, my mind goes blank and it's like I almost forget how to play. I decide to speed up the stupidest balls possible. So the thing after watching this, especially, that I am going to do from now on is when the game gets down to the wire, I don't care. I am not going to be the one to speed the ball up off of the bounce. Like the first point of the match, I randomly, speed up. No. Cool, calm, collected. Let the other player do it. I am just going to dink middle and survive one more ball. I'm not going to be the superhero that's going to try and win the game. Lesson 2, you have to speed up the balls when you're inherently at an advantage. A prime example, somebody hits a third shot drop, the ball bounces in the kitchen, they're approaching the net, you have to speed it up. You're at the net, they're in the midcourt. If you get into a hands battle, you should win that. Over the course of a match, it's going to go in your favor more often than not. That is a key that I've been working on and see it paying dividends. Lesson 3 is the wind down. When I get a dead dink, instead of rushing to hit it back, I wind my paddle down and pause for a second, and it makes my opponents freeze. That gives me a speed up through the middle, an out wide dink, a speed up in front of me. It makes it really hard for my opponents to read. And just watching this match back, I saw that when I wound down, me as the viewer was even like, where's it gonna go? And that's me. So in the moment, the players are probably frozen. That is such a good tool that I'm gonna continue using. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so pumped I got my first medal. There's gonna be many more where that came from. If you made it to the end of the video, comment a bronze medal emoji down below. I'll catch you in the next one.